lives that we deal with, but I want to discuss the types of stress in our lives, the effects of stress on our lives, and dealing with stress around our lives. The first thing we need to do is stop. When we are in a stressed out situation, oftentimes we just keep going and going and going until we are so inundated with so many thoughts and things that we need to handle that we don't take out time to think about what we're dealing with, the circumstances involved, ways to prevent and to reduce our stress levels. Ask ourselves, what actions do we need to take in order to diffuse the situation? And this will help us de-escalate and to cope. So what is stress? Stress is the response that you have when facing circumstances that forces you to act, change, or defend your well-being. The first type of stress I want to discuss is acute. Acute stress is sudden but short-term. It leads to rapid body changes. The fight or flight concept is the body's automatic response that prepares itself to fight or flight when there is a perceived attack or harm that threatens our survival or our well-being. Once the emergency is over, the body returns to its normal, relaxed state as soon as the threat is averted. The next type is chronic. Chronic is long-term and consistent. Repeated stress situations put a strain on the whole body. It keeps the body in a continuous state of emergency or protective mode. The body releases hormones to enable itself to encounter long-term crisis. Stress can bring about the lack of feeling normal. Sometimes we're in such a stressful situation, and some people live there, and at times they're comfortable there because that's all they know. They don't realize that they do have the power to change the situation and themselves. The next is internal stressors. These stressors have been in our minds and our bodies. These are restrictions that have been imposed on us by our teachers, our parents, and any authoritative figures who tells us what to do and what not to do. Internal stressors remain in our bodies in the form of emotions. There's two here I'd like to point out especially, which is perfectionism. A person who seeks to be a perfectionist tends to want to please everyone at all costs. They want to do everything just right, and they want to be acknowledged for it. Unrealistic expectations are things that you know that you're not able to do, but you rather say that I can do it or want to do it just for the sake of saving their face. External stressors are the stressors that we are aware of that are all around us, whether it's at home, whether it's at school, while we're driving, or in a social setting. When our freedom is constrained, we're not able to think or act in such a way that is comfortable for us, which brings about stress in our lives. For example, if your home is a happy place, it can also be a stressful place as well, depending on your life, your work, your finances, if you're busy, your home, and your children. These are the top 10 stressful life events that, because they are connected to some type of relationship, whether it's a marriage or a divorce, whether it's your job or a retirement, it brings about stress because there's money involved, there's relationship involved, there's emotions involved, and that brings about a great amount of stress on not only yourself, but your family. These effects of stress are the outward things that we tend to do that we think that calms us down. Whether we're smoking more or drinking more, overeating is a big one because food is a comfort zone for a lot of people. If it's that extra piece of pie or something that makes you smile and happy temporarily, that's what we tend to do. But it does not solve the problem, and it does not reduce the stress. These effects bring about cancer, obesity, depression, stroke, diabetes, and addictions. The effects of stress on our mind. It does not give us a chance to even think. Our memory is poor. We have trouble gathering our thoughts to speak. Our brain does not get the proper rest, nor does it get a chance to return to its normal state of thinking. The damage brings on early age-related memory loss. Emotions. Our body cannot defend itself against the damage that emotional stress brings. Our body pays a hefty price for every moment that we feel anxious, tense, frustrated, overwhelmed, and angered. The physical effects of stress brings about many problems on our body. Whether it's migraine headaches, serious enough to be a stroke, serious enough to be a heart attack, our body is constantly in preparation to prepare itself for to defend itself in life. Diagnosis of stress is often missed because when a person would go to the doctors to find out what's going on, stress is the last thing that's being considered. Behavioral stress. It's built up stress that affects our behavior and how we handle things in life. It's important to get in tune with your own body. Assess the signs for stress that is affecting your behavior. When we lose control of balance is when stress takes over. The 4 A's. Avoid. Learn to say no and know your limits. Avoid people that stress you out. Minimize the time that you spend with them or in the relationship. Take control of your environment. Alter. Express your feelings instead of keeping them bottled up. Be willing to compromise. Be more assertive. And don't take a backseat to your own life. Manage your time to prevent unnecessary stresses. To adapt. Refrain from problems. Turn the situation into a positive one in your favor. Look at the big picture. Will it matter a week from now, a month from now, or a year from now? Focus on the positive. It will help keep things in the proper perspective. And finally, accept. Recognize what you can or cannot control, like other people's behavior. Look for opportunities for personal growth. Learn from your mistake and share your feelings. Expressing what you feel is therapeutic. We all make mistakes. We're not perfect. Free yourself from negative energy, forgive yourself and others, and be able to move on. Adopting a healthy lifestyle is important. Getting exercise every single day. Recognize that you are responsible for your body, and you are to take care of your body. With being a parent, it's so easy to get lost in life because you're caring for your family. But if you go down, who's going to help the family or the children? This type of neglect can lead to health problems. Get into a habit of taking care of yourself. Know that you can make conscious efforts to make those changes for yourself. What you change on the outside will ultimately affect you on the inside. Find a support group for your particular situation. You are really not alone in this. Healthy ways to relax. Go for a walk. Find someone to walk with you. You can even discuss your situation there while you're walking. You can be diffusing at the same time. Listen to music that's calming for you. Remember to recharge yourself with positive energy. Create your own stress-free atmosphere and pamper yourself. Give yourself permission to enjoy life. You deserve it. And thank you.